got for this wet ass pussy.
Now beat it up, buddy, catch a charge. Extra large and extra hard. Put this pussy right in your face. Swipe your nose like a credit card. Hop on top, I wanna ride. I do a kegel while it's inside. Spit in my mouth, look in my eyes. This pussy is wet, come take a dive. Tie me up like I'm surprised. Let's role play, I'll wear a disguise. I want you to park that Big Mac truck right in this little garage. Make it cream, make me scream. Out in public, make a scene. I don't cook, I don't clean, but let me tell you how I got this ring. Gobble me, swallow me, drip down the side of me. Quick jump out for you, let it get inside of me. I tell him where to put it, never tell him where I'm about to be. I'll run down on him for have a dude run at me. Talk your shit, bite your lip. Ask for a car while you ride that dick. You really ain't never got to fuck him for a thing. He already made his mind up before he came.
Now get your boots and your coat for this wet ass pussy. He bought a phone just for pictures of this wet ass pussy. Pay my tuition just to kiss me on this wet ass pussy. Now make it rain if you wanna see some wet ass pussy.
Look, I need a hard hitter, I need a deep stroker, I need a Henny drinker, I need a weed smoker, not a garden snake, I need a king cobra with a hook in it, hold it lean over. He got some money, then that's where I'm headed. Pussy A1, just like his credit. He got a beard, well I'm trying to wet it. I let him taste it, now he diabetic. I don't want to spit, I want to gulp, I want to gag, I want to choke. I want you to touch that little dangly thing that swings in the back of my throat. My head game is fire, punani is honey. It's going in dry and it's coming out soggy. I ride on that thing like the cops is behind me. I spit on his mic and now he's trying to sign me. Oh no, I'm a freak bitch, handcuffs, leashes, switch my wig, make him feel like he cheating. Put him on his knees, give him something to believe in. Never lost a fight, but I'm looking for a beat in the food chain. I'm the one that eats shit, he ate my ass, he's a bottom feeder. Big D stand for big demeanor, I could make you bust before I ever meet you. If it don't hang, then he can't bang, it can't hurt my feelings, but I like pain. If you fuck me and ask whose is, and when I ride that dick, I'ma spell my name. There's some whores in this house.
Yeah, 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 you fucking with some wet ass pussy. Bring a bucket and a mop for this wet ass pussy. Give me everything you got for this wet ass pussy. Now from the top, make it drop, that's some wet ass pussy. Now get a bucket and a mop, that's some wet ass pussy. I'm talking wop, 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 that's some wet ass pussy. Macaroni in a pot, that's some wet ass pussy.
There's some whores in this house. 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 There's some whores in this house.
Meat sweats, motherfucking meat sweats, meat sweats.
Goodness gracious almighty.
What a bumble on your behalf.
What?
What a bumble.
A bumble? Yeah, I know, right? God,
Yeah.
I really fucked that one up.
Maybe not a bumble, more of a bungle.
I think, yeah, bungle, fumble. You know,
A fumble for sure. I thought a bumble would be good, but more of a bungle. You really bungled it.
when I do a bumble, there's normally a woman on the other end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what you're telling yourself now?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Is it making you feel better?
Yep.
Good.
No, I feel great. I feel happy.
Listen.
I'm content with everything, Matthew.
Whatever.
There's nothing amiss in my life.
Whatever
Everything in
we
my
have
world
to
is
do.
great.
Whatever we have to do.
I mean, I'm not on Joe Rogan fucking drugs, but we're not all made of money like you.
Man, I haven't had my Joe Rogan drugs in a few days.
Did you run out?
I'm a little upset with Anna. I got the subscription.
Okay, so
I was under the impression
they're supposed to keep it
that
up.
there wouldn't be a chance for me to run out.
Yeah.
And I got I just got the email saying that they shipped it.
You just
But,
reminded
like,
me. I need to cancel my bespoke
It's
boxes.
been like 3 or 4 fucking days since I've had it.
Need to stop getting these bespoke
Are
boxes.
you done with the bespoke boxes?
I'm done getting knives in the mail.
Yeah?
Yeah, I've gotten too many knives in the mail at this point.
Yeah.
I finally got a Damascus blade knife, so I'm content. I get the hatchet, I got a couple other little knives, and a nice pen. And, yeah, I've wasted a lot of money.
Hey, listen.
Those fucking subscription boxes, dude, they're never like they post on Instagram, ever.
What do you mean? You got, like, fucking...
I have got some cool things, but it's like...
I feel like that's exactly what they post on Instagram.
Yeah, but they put everything that they have that you could get that month
Yeah.
in that picture,
Right.
right? And then you pay $50 and they send you one thing, and albeit like everything I have gotten, I feel is decent quality, but at the same time, it's just like, man, I was like, I thought I would get the big one. I thought I got everything, you know, but apparently I don't, because I'm a pauper and I only signed up for the basic, and there's levels.
Yeah, yeah. If you're gonna pay for,
So
you gotta
I
pay
don't
to
know.
play, baby.
I tried to do a clothing subscription box once.
You should.
Fucking
they
dumb.
would-
What a dumb.
Your body type is
Yeah, but
not
I
made.
give them your sizes.
Yeah, but you don't have common sizes.
No, I don't. They're very strange.
Like
36, 28 if I'm being honest.
Yeah, but I'm sure that it also has to be a certain fit
Pant.
because I'm
Oh no, and then it's got to have a big butt.
yeah,
Big
see?
old caboose.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
need big caboose pants?
I don't need big caboose. I need big thigh pants.
Big thigh pants?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got
I have some decent.
I have grizzly
I
bear
have some,
thighs.
I have some decent sized thighs too.
and I need
Here's
I need a big chest in a shirt.
I need a big chest and a shirt too.
So-
I was very happy with these shirts from Teespring.
Yeah, no, those are really nice
They're
shirts.
very comfortable.
Yeah.
They breathe well. They make you look very, very sexual, which I hear people like. So, you know, maybe go order one from Teespring. Maybe.
People like to look sexual. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. I don't know their life.
I don't.
I'm not gonna assume things about people.
People don't really say it in that way. Like, I like to look sexual.
They
They
should.
like to look sexy.
They should. You should. You should
Like
say
to
I
look
like to look
sexy.
sexual. I want to look sexual.
I feel really sexual tonight.
Well, that's different. Like
Oh,
that's
okay.
you're using it differently than I did.
I am. I think I'm using it the way you're supposed to.
I want to look sexual. That's not a that you can't say that. I feel like I can say that. It's good. That's good adjectives.
I want to look sexual. I mean, yeah,
Maybe I've
but
been reading too much Rothfuss and like.
I think you probably have. I mean, yeah. Someone who looks. I'm trying to picture someone who looks sexual.
You've never seen a person who just like you look at them and it's like, oh man, like they just gave you a sexual look.
No,
No?
I don't know.
Come on.
I've never used
You-
the word. I've never used the word sexual the way you do. I fucked.
Okay, well, I mean,
I've been flirted with. I've been
clean
bamboozled. I've been knocked down.
up, but I get up again.
I'm trying to rise above. Yeah, no.
Sorry, everybody. Matt's peaky. Matt's
I'm
a little
peaky?
peaky. He's a little peaky.
I'm sorry.
I was watching the bars.
I get
see 'em.
excited. I
I
get
can
excited.
see the bars over there. They're
I'm an
barring.
excited boy.
They're doing bar things.
Yeah.
So you pulled a pork,
I pulled a pork.
and I wanted to talk to you about how do you actually, what do you do when you make pulled pork? Because I've enjoyed pulled pork
Yeah.
for 33 years.
Yeah.
And damned if I could tell you how to make that.
It's easy. I mean, I could.
Everybody tells me it's easy. So
If
tell
you-
me,
if you
how
had
do
a-
I make a pulled pork?
Well, if you're gonna do it at home, you can do it at home in your kitchen. You can just get a crock pot
Uh-huh.
and you get a fucking pork shoulder
Okay.
and you just throw it in the crock pot.
Where do you get your pork shoulder? Costco? You go to Costco, you get a pork shoulder?
No, I mean you can, and if you go to Costco, you're gonna get a good quality one, and they're not that expensive. Like I would usually get briskets and ribs and shit from Costco.
Okay.
I got the pork shoulder. That one I did. I just got it at Safeway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got it at Safeway.
They sell pork shoulder at Safeway?
Yeah, they sell it everywhere.
Here's my extent of knowing about like how to cook meat.
Yeah.
Is I know what a steak looks like,
Yeah.
and I know how to tell if that's done.
Yeah.
And only on a couple of them. Like
Right.
not all the cuts.
Yeah.
Like don't tell me to cook a fillet because you're an idiot. But if you tell me like, hey, cook a flank steak,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay, I can do a flank steak. You know,
Yeah. You can literally
cook the flat iron. I can cook the flat iron. I know how to do the flat. I cook a ball tip. I can do a
Yeah.
ball tip.
Yeah, I mean, pulled pork, you throw a pork shoulder in a crock pot, throw some barbecue sauce in there,
Yeah.
let it sit there long enough.
How much barbecue sauce? You fill it all the way up? You submerge the shoulder?
I mean, I don't prefer to do it that way.
Okay.
You just figure it out yourself, like what you like. You don't even have to put barbecue sauce in. You can just put it in there, and at some point it'll fucking fall apart. The way I do it is like I do it on the smoker, and I'll put mustard on it.
Okay. Ground mustard.
Yeah, like I like to use good mustard that I would eat. Like I don't use just like yellow mustard because I don't even like yellow mustard on
you
a
don't
sandwich.
use the spice mustard? You don't use like...
No, I use like stone ground mustard.
Okay, so you actually put like fucking...
Well, because you got to put something on the meat to get the rub to stick.
Okay. So you use the mustard to
So
stick.
I use like a stone ground mustard.
Okay.
I put it on all over the pork, and then I put a rub on it.
Hold on. Rocco! Are you in there eating cat shit? Get out of there! You son of a bitch.
Are you eating cat shit right now?
He might have been. I heard rustling. I heard cat poop-esque rustling.
Wow.
Yep, that door is not really there.
It's not at all. Not for him.
Nope. He's Taberlin the Great. He says open and the door
He
obeys.
doesn't even say anything. You just walk through it. Doesn't even have to.
Oh my god. Okay,
Yeah.
so if you don't have a smoker, you crock pot, barbecue sauce, would you put mustard on for a rub or anything? If you can't really do a rub in a crock pot, right? For a pulled pork?
I mean, yeah, just it's not the same.
Yeah, it's not the same kind of cooking.
I mean, you're not gonna get the same flavors out of it.
Okay. So you cook in the smoker.
Yeah.
And you put a good hand ground mustard.
Yeah, put a hand ground mustard. Not a hand ground mustard. It's just fucking
Ground.
mustard.
I know what you mean. I know what you
It's
mean.
just fucking mustard in a
Yeah.
bottle that you buy at the grocery store. But it's stone. It's
That's-
big mustard
that's what I
seeds
meant.
that are
That's
ground
what I
up.
meant.
Yeah, it's
Stone ground.
tasty mustard. It's
Good mustard.
It's shit that I like to eat on like
Yeah.
sandwiches or whatever. Put that on there, then you rub it.
Uh-huh.
And like the rub, I make my own rub, and it's like brown sugar, paprika, chili powder, garlic powder, onion powder, mustard, cumin. It's different every time.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, you told me you have like kind of like a running rub bag, right? Like where you
I have a bottle. I have like this bottle, like a big seasoning bottle that you would see at a restaurant.
Yeah.
And that generally constantly has some rub in it.
Yeah.
And
then
so
you
like
just
when it gets down to like maybe, this much left in the bottom, it's like, oh, I need to fill it back up. And I usually use it for whatever chicken I'm making or whatever pork I'm making. So whether it's ribs, whether it's like a pork shoulder, chicken wings. Chicken wings is like generally the only thing.
never
that I do.
eaten anything I dislike that you've rubbed your specialness on.
Yeah, the only thing I don't like put a rub on is a brisket.
Yeah.
Because brisket, I just put salt and pepper on.
Salt and pepper on the brisket.
Yeah.
Pardon.
Yeah.
God, I was fucking thinking of something I wanted to ask you
No.
about cooking. Have you ever done a prime rib on the smoker? Is that doable?
It's doable. I
What would
saw,
that be like?
It's a good question. I don't know. Because I would have to.
Should I buy a prime rib?
I mean, if you want, if they're expensive, that's the thing about a
I
prime
know.
rib.
I'll let you ruin a prime rib. I'll spend $50. I don't give a fuck.
If you buy it, I'll figure out how to
one
cook
of these
it.
days, I'm gonna buy that fucking Wagyu brisket. One of these days, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, do it.
And then,
buy it. I'll cook it. Like,
yeah, I know, and I really just need to hit some fucking good money
so my buddy for Thanksgiving, on Thanksgiving, like I smoked a turkey.
Yeah.
For my family, I smoked I made pork belly burn ends.
I've had your burn ends, and they're very good.
Yeah, and I made for my buddy, like he hit me up a few days before, and he's like, "Hey, my girlfriend's got like her grandpa had this calf who was like blind and retarded, and like so he just like kept it in the barn and just fed it
veal.
So just it wasn't veal, but it was like this dumb blind calf just sat in the barn and just ate grain out of a fucking bucket, and so
It's basically veal.
She got all these different parts of it.
It's veal without the it's veal without the dog kennel.
And so so she had a brisket. She had the brisket.
So sad.
So I cooked the brisket, and like, it had a great marbling through it. But even to make it more, because it didn't have like a lot of fat cap on it.
Yeah.
When I covered it, I threw like a half a pound of butter in it. To just sit in it, to just sit in that fat, so that it would then soak the fat back up later on. He said it was dope as shit.
Oh,
so
my
like,
goodness.
I like when people like, if you bought a fucking, I would cook the shit out of it.
We're doing that. We're doing the prime rib for sure.
You just have to know the prime rib is like, I don't know how much prime ribs are costing.
I don't know.
I think it's more than $50 though, but
I know.
And then
it's not as much as a Wagyu brisket.
Yeah, Wagyu brisket you can get for like $150.
Yeah. We'll start our adventures in expensive meats with like a king cut prime rib, you know.
I'll figure it out.
Or just a prime rib, you know.
A prime
like
rib,
a full prime rib. I'm interested to see how that'll go. I mean, I'm sure it'll be great.
I've seen people cook them on. I just have to do the research. That's the thing.
Here's
I always research.
one thought.
I always research how people cook certain things. I always research how a couple different people do it.
Yeah.
And I take those things and I incorporate them with the things that I already know from the things that I've already cooked. Yeah. You know what I mean? To try to think of like. I think about this shit all the time. It's the same way with like comedy. You know what I mean? I think about comedy and like jokes all the time.
Yeah, you think about.
Like, I think about like
shit all
smoking meat. Yeah,
of course. My mom fucking just in the middle of the pod. Jesus.
She just sent you a bunch of fucking selfies of her.
I know.
That's hysterical.
She got a makeover today. Everybody.
That's so funny.
Mom got a makeover. Good job, Mom.
Killing it, D.
I bet you look great.
Crushing
you look
it.
great. I thought that picture was fantastic. Update your profile photo.
My pants just got tighter. You know what I mean?
Jeez, buddy, come on. She watches this.
Got tight pants, D. Yeah, no, but I think of like how I'm gonna do different shit. Like when I cooked this, this pulled pork, I was just thinking about it the night before.
Yeah.
And I was like, I know what I'm gonna do. Like I was thinking about how long I was gonna cook it, like what temperature I was gonna take it up to. Thinking about the last one I did.
Yeah.
And, like, with the things I didn't like about it. And then I was like, when I finish it and pull it, I'm going to hit it with a bunch of apple cider vinegar.
Oh.
Yeah.
What does that do? It just helps you continue to break down the fat?
It doesn't help. The fat was totally already broken down.
Okay.
Like, the fat fully rendered in that cook. Like, probably better than it has before. But it just... To me, pork has a little bit of, and it's all I can think of is it's a poopiness. Like sometimes there's just like
I agree.
Like
I agree.
Sometimes there's this little poopiness to it, and so when you take this shoulder, and what happens is like there's these different muscles that are coming together in different places. There's all this different fat in it from different places, so there's all these different things. So some parts of it are darker, some parts of it are lighter, some parts of it are a little bit poopier, you know what I mean? Some parts are a little bit cleaner. And when you shred it, you just shred this whole shoulder. Yeah. And so it's kind of everything is mixed up in it. The fat's mixed up in it, all the pieces. And then you put that in it, and it adds a little bit of like sweetness because the apple cider vinegar has a little bit of sweetness to it, but it also adds a little bit of a tang on the back end.
Yeah, because it's vinegar.
And then it goes like the rub at that point is kind of mixed in all the way through it, so you got the chili and some of the sweetness. So it kind of just like it smooths out and it kind of cuts really any of the poopiness. It
evens your flavor.
It does. It's like the missing, and like with a pulled pork or something like that. That's why you have like sauces a lot of the time. I like how you said
that. I like how you did bring that poopiness in pork. Like pork is the dirtiest of meats. Like
I don't know. I mean,
pigs are they're filthy animals in captivity.
I mean, the way that they're farm raised most of the time, they're not great.
You know,
there is sometimes like
I don't know if this is a current statistic, but at one point in time it was a third of the domestic swine population basically shit itself to death every year. Like there was a massive outbreak of a certain type of like swine influenza that would just cause them to evacuate their bowels to death, and they would die from dehydration.
Nice.
Yep. And that was a third of the. And so I heard that. I was like,
like-
I'm done with pigs for a minute.
Pig malaria.
Yeah.
I don't like. Yeah.
Pigvid.
Yeah. I'm not as big of a fan of pork maybe as I used to be. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I think I used to be much more a fan of it. I think I'm definitely much more of a beef fan.
I like beef a lot.
And I would like to get into deeper beef cuts, like on the smoker. So, like, a lot of people, because like barbecue to me is Texas barbecue.
Mm-hmm.
Texas barbecue is pretty simple.
What's
It's brisket.
yeah?
It's sausage.
You ever done beef ribs on the smoker? Do you do beef ribs on a smoker?
You do beef ribs on a smoker. So
Yeah.
I want to get some beef ribs and do some beef ribs. Beef ribs, because like smoking has become popular, and because
Beef ribs
like,
are more expensive.
they've become more expensive, and they're a little weird and hard to find.
Yeah.
So I could probably go get them at the butcher shop, and get some pretty decent size ones. Like I saw some
Dude, I
in
wish-
Safeway the other day, but they weren't.
Kills me.
They were small.
Buddy, if I had the meat connections here that I did back home,
Yeah.
like, remember that guy Ryan Kropatnicki I told you about? The guy we used to go smoke weed in the cars at work? The reason that's fine to say is he has his own cattle ranch.
Yeah.
Like, that guy would always be trying to sell me fucking, like, hey, do you want to buy half a cow?
I mean, yeah, I live in Gilbert, so
I know.
I could probably buy some of these FFA kids fucking cows.
Bro, if you
You know
want to
what I
go,
mean?
if
But-
you want to go in on half a steer, I'll go in on half a steer.
You know,
Get some fucking real meat going, baby.
I wouldn't be opposed to it.
Then we could sit around and make sausages and smoke cigars.
Why do you want to sit around and?
I like making sausage. That was like my. All right, so like, top 3 things about deer hunting.
Yeah.
One is obviously, going and killing the deer.
I
Like,
thought you were gonna say gay sex in the woods.
2 is gay sex in the woods.
That makes sense.
3 is making sausage and having gay sex at like your buddy's dad's shop.
Nice.
Yeah. But I always loved like going to make the sausage and do
Yeah.
the jerky and stuff, like doing all the like, cutting it and everything.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
I'm trying to get Holden or Mo to bring me one of their fucking.
Yeah, how dare they?
Elk roasts.
They don't bring their father any of their elk.
I just I
Boys.
mean, for them, because Holden was like, maybe you can make jerky out of one of them, and I was like, yeah, for sure, bring it over, we'll figure out how to do it, we'll make jerky. But sausage, I want to make some sausage
So good.
because it's hard to find. Like actually, there's a butcher shop like right near where I lived, and we picked up some sausage from them for Christmas. There was like this green chili sausage. It was great, super good. I would like to make my own sausage though, I just need to get the fucking.
We used to like the guy I used
sausage
to go.
machine.
One of the guys I used to go hunting with, would make just a shit ton of sausage every year.
Yeah.
And I mean, he would hunt like a gratis.
Yeah.
So that means you can go shoot a deer on your own property.
Right.
And then like all of his family would all like come in, and everybody that killed a deer would all bring them to his shop, and they'd all sit there and make sausage and cut
Yeah.
the back straps out of them and everything, and make jerky, and then pepper sticks.
Yeah.
And fuck, do I miss pepper sticks, man? Like fresh homemade pepper sticks.
Yeah.
Nothing fucking better. That and like deer sausage, just sitting out in the ice house, like cooking deer sausage. Oh god. I hate winter, but I miss that shit. Like, that's like the food memories.
Yeah.
Ugh. Memories. Anyway, back to the prime rib on the smoker. What do you think about this idea? You do, you say you use a mustard as a coating when you put it in to hold your rub.
Not with briskets though.
No.
And I would probably cook it similar in style to a brisket as far as like
So you do partially in the oven.
seasoning. No.
No. What
Just do it
about?
all in the
Well, I was
smoker.
just kind of thinking like, what about instead of using like a mustard and then do a rub coating or whatever,
Oh.
do a horseradish, like a creamy horseradish rubbing all around it.
Yeah, I don't know how that would smoke is the only thing. Like, some things don't smoke well.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah, coarse ground horseradish.
yeah, I just don't know what the thing is. Like, I don't know what flavor profile that would take on because of the smoke. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's the only
No,
thing.
I feel that.
Yeah. So I'll figure it out. I'll definitely I'll do some research and see what other people do.
Yeah.
And see kind of like, because that gives you an idea of like the range at which you can take things.
How do you feel about pickling things?
I'm all for pickling things. Like,
Do you pickle eggs ever?
no.
No.
I mean, I'm not into wild pickled shit. Like,
That's not wild. Pickled eggs?
yeah, no, for me
Pickled
it
eggs
is.
wild?
Yeah, it's Midwest.
Really?
It's Midwest garbage.
It is Midwest garbage.
like the pickled pig feet, all that shit.
I don't eat that shit. That's Southern garbage.
That's still the same.
That's Southern garbage.
When I say pickled shit, like I like pickles.
Yeah.
Like there's some pickled vegetables that are great, and I meant more of the line like corned beef.
Ooh.
Corned beef is a pickled brisket.
Is it really?
Yeah,
I did not know that.
yeah.
That's what corned beef is, though.
Corned beef is a pickled brisket, and then
What makes it
pastrami.
corn?
Huh?
What makes it the corn? What's the corn part? Is it the peppercorns?
It's not peppercorns. The corn part was like, I think it refers to like corning something, which was another way of pickling something.
Oh.
But it's sodium nitrate.
Corning something should be another way of fucking something. That's what it should be.
That's cornholing something. Yeah.
Well, maybe corning is the first hole.
And then
Cornholing is the second.
a pastrami is a pickled. It's a corned beef that's then smoked. It's then covered in pepper and smoked. Yeah.
What is? And then they age it, right? Like they
Pastrami, no.
no. Salami is aged.
Oh yeah, I like those sausages and shit. Those are all aged.
Are you ever gonna do that? You ever think you'll like try to cure meat?
I mean, I don't have like. You need like a fucking cure house.
Okay.
If I could make a smokehouse, like
What about-
you need a smokehouse for that kind of shit.
What is it called? Steven.
Steven, what are you doing, Steven? Don't do this to us.
We love you.
I made scramby eggs.
We love you, Steven.
Steven.
Steven's my boss.
Steven.
He's the best person I've ever met.
I made scramby eggs.
Anyway, he keeps on talking about like really good beef that's been dry aged. Is that right?
Yeah.
What is that?
Dry aging is basically controlled rotting.
Interesting.
Yeah, they take whatever the cut is, and there's different ways to do it. Like there's ways that like I've watched videos on like YouTube of like how to do it at home in your own fridge.
Yeah.
But it's basically there's dry aging. There's also wet aging. It's a different thing, but similar. But
that sounds like something a lady's vagine does, but right before she hits menopause, like it wet ages.
But they'll basically like put a big piece of beef, like it'll be like the whole section that they cut all like the New Yorks out of, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It'll be that whole section, and they'll just put it in the cooler, at a certain temperature, and it'll sit there for 30, 40 days, and it gets real black and blue, like all along the outside, which is basically like all this mold and like bacteria.
Rot, right?
It's like a controlled rot, basically. And then they cut everything off and cut the steaks out of it, and it makes the beef like that much better.
Do they cook it from there?
Yeah.
Okay, it's cooked. It's still cooked.
It's cooked, but it's like, if people like their steaks fucking rare,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Rare, medium, rare. Like,
Have you ever had a
That's-
dry aged steak?
I think so, but I've had steaks at like really nice steakhouses before.
I've never.
Yeah.
Actually, well, I had a steak at a place in Aspen once.
Yeah.
That I don't really remember it,
Yeah.
but it was good.
I mean, there was a time that I used to like go to law school and drive a Camaro, and and take hot chicks to nice steakhouses.
I mean,
like,
in your defense,
Yeah.
it was a V6 Camaro, so I mean, you weren't that much of a douchebag.
I don't care if I was a douchebag or not.
Then again,
I was having a good time.
you were more of a douchebag for having a V6 Camaro, right? Like, I mean, it's a V6 Camaro. Like, that's the douchiest Camaro.
How was it It was a fucking fast car that was fun to drive. I don't know what's douchey
It's
about
a
it.
V6 Camaro. It's
Okay.
it's not something you tell people about.
I don't fucking care. You drive around a fucking lesbian's fucking station wagon.
Fucking hold your tongue.
I don't have to.
How dare you besmirch the fucking
Your-
height of German engineering that is my Volkswagen Jetta?
Yeah. I'm sorry that you and Brian became lesbians and now scissor each other on a nightly basis.
That was one of the more flattering things that's ever happened to me. Was Kirley just was like, I need a car.
Yeah.
I can't keep driving this fucking van around.
Yeah.
Like, they had the van in Devin's car for the longest time. I don't even think I ever saw Brian have any other vehicle but the van.
Right?
And I was like, yeah, buy a Volkswagen Jetta. They're dope. I'm gonna buy one. And then, like, I bought one, and maybe 3 weeks later he had one.
Yeah.
And it was like, cool, I guess we're a Volkswagen house now. Ziegheil.
A couple of lesbians.
We are.
Yeah.
I wish I was a better lesbian, though.
I don't know what that means.
It means I get pussy.
I mean, it's not that hard to get pussy.
It is. It's very difficult.
It's not at all.
It's very difficult. You ever try to catch a neighborhood cat?
Stop it. Don't do that. You're better than that.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
I'm not. I wish I was, but I'm not.
You're
I'm
better.
right there.
No, you're not.
And I don't care.
You should.
And I wave my hands around.
That's way, like, never mind.
Stuff.
It's very easy to get pussy.
I mean, yeah, you could leave food out or something, I guess.
Stop it. I don't know why you're trying to continue with this nonsense.
Because it's fun.
It's not fun.
I'm enjoying it.
You shouldn't.
I'm sorry.
You shouldn't enjoy it. I mean, don't be sorry. Just stop doing it.
So, I didn't mention this when we were talking beforehand, but just to brag a little more on the grow, we had these sour diesel like tops,
Yeah.
and the top is called the Cola.
Uh-huh.
Apparently, I didn't know this before.
Yeah.
Smoked weed for a bunch of years, didn't know. They were literally this big.
That's
Like,
pretty big.
They're like this.
So does each plant just have one top?
No.
Okay.
No, there's like at least depends on the strain. Like so we had a banana sherbet was the other one we took
Yeah.
off, and like there were like triplets at the tops of a lot of those.
Okay.
The sour diesel would have one big one at the very top, but then if you look down at the lower branches, like there's colas, there's a top to each offshoot.
Gotcha.
Like it grows out to it. The one at the top gets the biggest because it's best light.
Right.
But so then, what we did to this, and apparently it's something that, like, in a bigger production setup, you'd try to just take it all off at the same time. But if you have the time to do it, which we do, he took all the ripe tops off. And it's crazy when you go feel and you talk about ripe weed. So, like, you go touch the top of it, you grab it, and it's, like, firm. Right? It feels good. It feels like a testicle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Then you go like just to the next one down.
Just real quick, if your testicles are that firm, you might want to go get them checked out.
It's not that hard.
That might be cancer.
No, it's like there's some give.
There should be a lot of give to your testicles.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I never push past it hurting, so that's
Well,
what I'm.
okay.
That's the amount of pressure I'm talking about.
You pussy.
You're sick fuck. Your kids are watching right
No,
now.
they're not.
Yeah, they are. They're one of the 5 people.
Probably. They think it's funny.
They do.
They think it's great.
I like it. I like that your kids watch you get fucked up with your friend who's dumb.
So
Anyway,
they need to know that they can have fun in their lives.
so that next one down, like
Yeah.
right from the top,
Mm-hmm.
because it didn't get as much light as the one on the very top,
Yeah.
it's like noticeably squishier.
Right.
So you take off like the first like probably foot of it on the one that's super ripe at the very top, and then the bottom gets to get more light.
Oh, so you're just gonna let the other buds grow out?
Exactly.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And you give them like a few more days to finish up on it. And
Yeah,
then pull the
that makes
rest.
sense. So you're only pulling the ripe fruit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, it's the smart way of doing it, in my opinion. Like, my very limited and dumb opinion.
And if you're trying to put out good weed, I think that's probably the best way to do it. I bought some shit the other day that I had delivered, and boy, was that like probably the worst weed
yeah,
I've ever bought in my life.
dude,
And I was...
that's what I love about Steven.
Steven, why are you doing this to us? I made scrambled eggs.
It's because he loves us. That's why he's doing this to us.
Yeah.
He put so much care into everything. It's like, it's just ridiculous.
Nice.
And even like when you have a batch that doesn't come out the greatest,
Yeah.
it still tests fucking fantastic.
Yeah. Well, that's dope.
You know what I mean? Like, so, like, you're trying to grow the healthiest, best looking plant you can.
Right.
But at the same time, like, if you got a good genetics and, like...
I got great genetics.
If you got good genetics, man, like, he had some Mendo breath that tested out at 36%. That's dumb. That's a dumb THC number.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a pretty good number.
Hey, I can't wait. Like, just every day is a new thing to learn, a new like task to master.
I'm glad you like your job.
God, I love it.
Yeah.
I'm so shocked that it didn't start growing weed sooner.
I mean too, honestly. Like, it's clearly your purpose.
Yeah,
You know what
I
mean?
feel very, very at home doing it.
And it's your people notoriously have a green thumb.
Yeah, I mean the Hobbs.
The Hobbs.
Yeah, us Hobbs.
Samwise Gamgee?
Bro, Samwise trimming the verge.
That fucking dog could keep a garden.
He trimmed all the verge, bro.
Fucking bro. He's trimming verge all day.
Yeah.
And huge into pipe weed, okay?
Big into pipe
Do you know how long it took me to realize that pipe weed, it was like, oh.
It really wasn't, though.
They're smoking weed. It absolutely was.
It wasn't.
It was.
Go read Tolkien.
I have. I've read it. I've watched the movies.
In the movies, they're smoking weed.
In the books, they're smoking weed.
I don't think they're
because
smoking
in
weed
fact,
in the
there's a part where Saruman says this weed is getting to your brain, Gandalf.
Sauron.
No, Saruman.
Saruman.
Yes.
Wait.
Saruman.
Is that how you say his name?
Yeah. Saruman.
Yeah.
Saruman. Says to Gandalf.
He does.
This weed is getting to your brain. It's like, oh, this is more than just
addled your brain.
It's addled your brain.
Yeah.
Even perfect. Even more perfect. Which
the
means
halfling's leaf has addled your brain.
See? Which is saying that this is more than tobacco. This is more than nicotine.
Okay.
This is fucking weed. And weed was way more acceptable throughout all time periods up until like the last 70, 80 years.
Gimli does get properly pissed when they rock up to Isengard and Meriadoc and Pippin are sitting there like just smoking weed and eating salt.
Yes,
pork.
dude.
And he's just like, you don't get that pissed about like cigarette, like tobacco. You're
No.
not like, oh, you're sitting there smoking pipe weed, you fuck.
Yeah.
Or pipe tobacco.
Yeah.
But like if they got weed and you don't got weed, you're like.
And what do you think they eat so much? Why do you think they eat so many goddamn meals a day?
And that's very fair.
Because they're fucking stoned. Because they grow the best weed in all of Middle Earth.
Yeah.
And that's how they make all their fucking money too. That's how they're living in these holes, just partying and like living fucking thing. They're selling the best weed in the world to the rest of the world.
Oh man,
that's why their weed is famous across Middle Earth.
That's all right. My new life goal from here forward is to sell and grow enough pot in my life to where I can build my own hobbit hole.
Yeah,
like my fucking forefathers.
Yeah, your forefathers before you.
I'm doing it for my people.
Yeah.
I'm doing it for all of us. Everybody under 5'5".
Yeah, perfect.
And, 5'5" and fully grown. If you're still like 18 and 5'5", get the fuck out of here.
The chances
I don't
are,
wanna deal with
the
you.
chances are you're not going to grow anymore.
You might 18?
No.
So from 18 to 23, I think I grew like 1.5 inches.
That's really sad.
I'm not gonna lie.
That's really sad to think that you went until 18 being 1.5 inches shorter than you are
Yeah.
now.
No, I was
Wow.
always super small.
Wow.
And at that time, I mean, I was like way fatter. I'm pretty fat now, but I was way fatter.
I've seen the pictures. You were
Considerably fatter.
you were a round boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very rotund.
Yeah.
Very rotund. Very, very sad looking man titties on me too. Like, I mean, they're bad now, but at
Yeah.
least I got tattoos to cover them a little bit.
Listen, I am willing to do a cycle with you. Like, if you want to hook us up with a cycle, like, I know you know people, we can cycle it out.
I mean, what do you mean, no people? If you want to, I mean, the best way to do it is just go to Mexico and buy it.
Yeah, you know people who can do that.
trip
I
to-
can't, listen,
You can't take a trip to Rocky Point?
I can't be associated with certain things, okay? I can't actually put things on the line.
I'm I don't know if I could still get steroids.
I bet you could.
If I put my nose to it, I bet I could.
I bet it would take you at the most 3 phone calls. I think at the most 3 phone calls, and I'm just thinking that, like,
I don't know. I just feel like
I think you could actually, like, the likelihood that you can get it done in 1,
yeah.
I give it 75% chance that you get it done in 1, and I'm just saying 3 because I'm just trying to hedge my bets,
I don't know.
bro. All
It's
you
been a
talk
minute.
about is people who fight.
Yeah.
All you talk about is people who lift weights. All you talk about is people who
Yeah, but they're not
who
supposed to do that shit anymore.
They all fucking do it.
They
like,
don't. I don't think. I'm
Stop
pretty
it.
sure. I mean, I'm almost 100%. Like everybody that I would have known, who was potentially doing it or not doing it.
Yeah.
At this point in time, they're either
That's why I give you 3 phone calls.
they're either competing on a level or, you know, like
Even the people who are competing on a level have times when they fucking like,
Yeah.
I can get a little juicy right now.
yeah.
I've got a 2-week stretch in here.
Yeah, there's definitely those times.
Yeah.
There's definitely those times.
There's a few, okay?
That's fucking.
And I know that if you call that person, that you probably have such a good relationship with them that they'll be like, bro, you know what? I can't get juicy anymore, but here's my dude.
Ah!
And that's 2 calls.
Yeah.
That's 2 calls.
Okay.
That's within the 3 that I initially gave you.
I mean, you're probably right.
And there's a 75% chance that first dude's like, yeah, bro, I got
All
you.
right, so how many calls do you think it would take me to get? God, what else is like something illegal but not like?
I mean, if you could find me
Easy
some,
drugs.
if you could find me some DMT, that would be amazing.
I mean, actually, I might have the. I mean, yeah, probably.
well, let's talk after this. Let's not put anything on the record, but you know,
I mean, if you want to try it today,
yes,
really?
I would totally do
Would
it.
you?
Yeah. 100%.
Okay,
Yep.
okay.
Yep.
Well, this will be interesting. Post podcast.
Listen, I need to go talk to my spirit guides.
Oh my.
I got questions.
I've been afraid to do it, and
Really?
I've talked to the people that I got because it changed colors,
Yeah.
and I mean it's normal for it to change colors over time, but I
Right.
didn't know if it was okay to still do it.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Yeah, do it now." Like,
Yeah.
yeah. So, I mean, they told me what to do. So, I mean, allegedly, maybe this could happen.
Listen, let's go talk to the gods. I have questions. I need some answers.
It's a weird one.
Yeah. Listen, our Lord and Savior Joe Rogan does it, okay?
So here's something that's been interesting as of late for me.
Yeah.
My last probably, I want to say like 10 followers on Instagram. Of those 10 followers, at least 4 or 5 of them have been accounts that are selling some type of psychedelic substance
Oh, nice.
in some way, shape, or form. Like, you know, they have like DMT cartridges. that you can get.
I would love to. Yeah,
So
that's
I
what
think
like.
you could get one of those in an Instagram post.
I mean, I wouldn't really trust the ones from the Instagram followers that you're getting.
I don't know.
I mean, yeah,
Maybe.
I don't know.
There's a lot of people that follow, like a lot of those accounts that follow me on Instagram, and you know what? If you people are legit, I mean, send us a sample. We'll take one.
Yeah,
We'll definitely take a sample.
I'll take an Instagram. I'll take a TNT cartridge.
I mean, if you want to hook it up, and then we'll give you like, if you want to tell us to give you a spot. I mean, I don't want to blow anybody up that doesn't want to get blown up, but at the same time,
Listen,
I don't know if that's couth.
I want to talk to God. I've got questions.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, it's just like, obviously, heroin should be illegal. Obviously,
I don't think so.
You don't think heroin should be illegal?
I don't think any of it should be illegal. I don't like making drugs illegal doesn't like keep people from doing drugs. It just makes people who do drugs criminals.
Who decriminalized? Did Portland decriminalize drugs, or was it the whole state of Oregon?
No, I'm not sure exactly.
I'm pretty sure I heard something to that nature this year.
Could be Portland for sure. That sounds like a very Portland thing to do.
But there was like a decriminalization. I mean, I'm all for that too, but
like putting someone who's addicted to heroin into jail,
yeah, it's a bad thing.
it doesn't do anything to help them.
It's just gonna make them, yeah.
I mean, and
they're
like,
gonna do heroin in jail.
and like they've created these things like drug courts and stuff with like they've created all these different alternative courts to like try to help out with that kind of shit. But the truth is like if you decriminalize it, then you can actually like put money into like education and honestly therapy. Like legitimately a lot of like heroin addiction can be cured through like medication and therapy.
The Netherlands has like buildings where people can go and do drugs.
Yeah.
And have like a doctor in the facility.
Right.
Clean shit to do their drugs, and then also the opportunity to like talk to somebody about not doing drugs when they're coming in to do their drugs, like in a safe and controlled environment. So it's just like, I think there's a better likelihood for people to clean themselves up in that type of environment, right? Like,
I mean, if you decriminalize it, then it's not illegal. Then you're not getting, cartels sending heroin mixed with fentanyl, sending crack mixed with fentanyl.
That's the big fucker, right?
There's
the
all
fentanyl.
the fentanyl, fentanyl was, they were mixing fentanyl and all this shit, which was killing people because people didn't know there was fentanyl in it. They were used to being able to do this much, and all of a sudden there's just this much fentanyl in it, and it's way too much.
Have you heard the fentanyl makes things not smell?
I have not heard
like
that.
Dogs can't pick up the smell of fentanyl.
I haven't heard that, but
No.
I mean that could be possible.
I've heard
for sure.
that. I mean, I don't know where the person I heard that from heard it from, but that might be a thing.
But
I
it's
don't
just
fucking
like,
know.
but having it
We were
be
talking about that the other day, though. The efficacy of dogs, like
dogs
alerting to shit.
It's been pretty much proven that dogs are an ineffective way to actually get probable cause for drugs being there, because the dogs are trained on a reward system where they know, like, if they positively hit, and it's been shown that officers who handle the dogs can make the dog hit, and they also fuck up people's cars. They like scratch the fuck out of people's cars and shit, and cops will do that on purpose. Like if they don't like somebody, they'll make the dog scratch the fuck out of their car and ruin it. It's just a fucked up thing. But like if you have legal drugs, then all of a sudden you're not having to worry about dirty drugs.
Yeah.
Like there's so many like dirty drugs that have killed people. Like not even just fentanyl, just shit mixed into other shit.
Dude, that's
shit cut in different ways.
That's what keeps me from doing anything but weed or mushrooms from a person I know who grew them.
Right.
Which I know a new mushroom guy now. Fun fact.
Oh, good. We should talk
allegedly.
to him too.
Allegedly, I know him.
I need to procure some mushrooms from the guy.
Yep. Definitely. They look fantastic,
Yeah,
allegedly.
I'd like some.
Fun stuff. But that's what's kept me from synthetic things, is like just that one chance where someone gives you something that is fucking just not what you think it is.
I definitely like to wait until
I think
I like to wait until whoever's handing it to me has already like used it, because I've
Yeah.
had people hit me up, even with mushrooms.
Yeah.
Like I've had people hit me up being like, "Hey, my friend, like, is selling these. Would you like some?"
Yeah.
And I will ask them like, "Hey, have you had any?"
Yeah. And they're like, no, I don't do mushrooms.
And then it's like, "Well, then no, I don't want any."
Of course not.
Because unless you're gonna vouch for it personally,
Yeah.
and you're a person who like I can actually take your opinion seriously and trust, you know what I mean? Then like I'm not. It's not worth it to put my health on the line.
Have I ever told you the acid story?
No,
I want to say I had to have. Anyway,
probably.
so
I can't. I don't know it off the top of my head, so I don't know.
far away in a distant place called Awatuki,
Oh, the toque.
the Took, I lived in an apartment complex,
Yeah.
and with this fat fucking slob of a human, and I hated being there. And I would do anything I possibly could to get out. So one day I was walking home, and I just happened to see a tapestry in a window. When the window was open, I could smell some weed, and it was like, "Hey, what are you guys doing up there?" And I just yelled. And this I had seen the kid that lived there, and he was just a kid.
Yeah.
And he pokes his head out the window, and I was like, "Come down here." And he's like, "Okay." And so he comes downstairs, and he's like, "Listen, mister, we're all legal. Like, we all have our card." And he's like, fucking handing me his weed card. I was like, "Hey, I'm just looking for some weed." And so I made this relationship with this kid.
Right.
And eventually he's like, "Hey, Bill, I got some acid." And I was like, "Cool, buddy. Like, how much do you want to hit?" And he was like, $10, man. I was like, "Sweet." And so I bought, and he was like, "Yeah, I did 2 hits, and it was dope." And I was like, "Okay, I'm going to do 1."
Yeah.
And then everybody else that I got it for all did 1. Except for one of my friends, who was like, "Dude, I used to do a fuck ton of acid when I was a meth head. Like, I used to do 4 or 5 hits at a time. Like, I'm going to do 3 hits tonight. Like, I can handle it."
Bro.
We take this shit on our drive back to his place, and regular acid hits you in about an hour after you put that fucker under your tongue.
Yeah.
This stuff, I was starting to see tracers in the car.
Jesus Christ.
Like, just came on so strong and so quickly.
Damn.
It was just a real gut punch. Like, I fucking was losing my shit, because I was like, man, I have 2 more miles, and I can feel this. I can feel the Doors playing in my soul.
It was the race.
Dude, it was so frantic.
Oh man.
So we finally get to the place, and I mean, also, good acid doesn't have like a real shitty chemically taste that it leaves in. It doesn't taste like fucking a cleaner in your mouth.
Right.
You know?
I've only done it once, and it honestly didn't even taste like anything.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to. This
and
stuff,
I was told I had good acid, so.
This stuff, you had the Cowboys acid.
I had the Cowboys acid.
You had great acid.
Yeah.
That's legendary acid.
I had legendary acid.
You did.
Listen, you don't take the Cowboys acid
So
the first
anyway,
time.
So we fucking this stuff tastes like I just sprayed my mouth with Windex.
Yeah.
It's awful.
Yeah.
I go to the bathroom when we get there, and I look at the shower curtain. The shower curtain is like it was like a rose art pair of twin dolphins,
Okay, yeah.
and they were fucking moving everywhere. God, did they move? Those dolphins were fucking doing like. When I say they were moving, like, I don't mean they were swimming around or anything. Like, it wasn't that deep in yet.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, just every single line on the shower curtain, like, crawled and moved around and cringed around a little bit. So I come out of there and I meet up with everybody else, and everybody else is obviously in the same thralls of whimsy as I am.
Yeah.
Sam's just... Damn it. You don't know his last name. Fuck it. Anyway, the guy who took 3 is just... He's pretty chill.
Yeah.
He's open about his use.
Right.
Anyway. He's pretty chill. My other friend who just took 1 with me is kind of the same level I am of just wonder and craziness. Like, I hadn't ever done acid at this point. So I was like...
It's all new.
It's all new. This is how it should feel in my eyes. Like,
Right.
I don't know any different.
Right.
Sam's calm. And the other guy is just whatever. And just the same as I am. Like... We're in the yard, and it was a super moon that night. I'll never forget that either. The moon was so fucking big, and then we were on, like, what we were on.
Yeah.
And it just, like, we just stood paralyzed by it, just looking at it for what felt like an age.
Yeah.
And then we both, like, turned together and looked at this oleander bush that, like, all of a sudden became a cartoon. Like, from moon to the bush,
Wow.
the fucking bush was a cartoon. So, eventually, I'm just like, man, this stuff is fucking nuts. And this one dude we were with who was, like, the most seasoned psychedelic person, according to himself. Also, fun fact, this guy claimed that I tried to fuck his wife. And he sent me, like, a random Facebook message saying... You tried to fuck my wife! And I mean, I hadn't seen this person for 4 fucking years.
Yeah.
And he just sends me a fucking message out of the blue that I tried to fuck his wife.
Did you try to fuck his wife?
No!
Oh, that's
his
unfortunate.
wife looked like a llama. She had...
Llamas need to get fucked
That
too.
lady had straight alpaca face.
Alpacas need some sex as well.
And she was getting it from this guy, Mr. Psychedelic Explorer. But he did give me one... decent piece of advice that night, and was just smoke a little weed and take some edge off. Actually, and then he goes, instead, actually, we should go get some like cheap beer. And he kept on trying to get us to leave, and it was like this became the most annoying theme throughout the night.
Yeah.
Fast forward a little bit, and we're all settling down to play some PlayStation 4. We're gonna play like. Whatever fucking mashup game that PlayStation has that's like kind of like Smash.
Okay.
I don't know what it's called. That the screen flashes on, and fucking Sammy locks up in a grand mal seizure.
Oh fuck.
Like, and at the time I was working with the special needs people.
Yeah.
I know what a fucking seizure looks like.
Right.
I know what every stage of seizure looks like. I know what an absent seizure looks like. I know what there's I don't know what they're called, but there's these little blip seizures people have.
Yeah, you're seizure-tistic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was a big one.
Yeah.
This was full, everything locked up, harder than shit. He was sitting in the corner of a sectional, and he went so rigid that he fucking slid out of the corner onto the floor. And just fucking shook. And so I got him on his side, and I just like held a pillow on each side of him.
Yeah.
And I just started screaming bloody murder at everybody.
Yeah.
Like fucking the annoying guy sitting there telling everybody we need to go get cheap beer. The guy who's was on the same level as I am is just kind of over my shoulder like, what the fuck do we do?
Yeah.
I'm screaming like, get the fucking cops, call the fucking ambulance.
Oh,
I don't fucking know.
Jesus Christ.
And I'm just like holding the pillows and keeping him on his sides and just making sure he can't hit his head on anything.
Yeah.
And like I thought about like in that drug-addled state, I was like, you're supposed to do something with their tongue. And then I was like, no, you're not. No, you're fucking not. Keep your hands away from his... And I started screaming at people to keep their hands away from his face.
Jesus
and then I looked at his face, and his face wasn't on his fucking face. It was on the floor. It was his face was like puddled on the floor. So I see that and I'm like, oh shit. And like I just instantly abandon the don't touch his face and I try to scoop his face onto his face.
How'd that
so
work?
I'm like, I mean, he's got a face now.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
It's not on the floor anymore. It's back. It's back on its head where it belongs.
His baby mama, I don't know how to say it, his ex
The mother of his child.
yeah, they were together at the time. She's literally, I look over, she's in the corner, and I'm just screaming at her to do something and call somebody. And then all of a sudden, he just stops. And I look down, and he, like, opens his eyes real slow. And me and the other guy, who's not the annoying bastard, he's like, this is the good person. We're just like, hey, Sam, you okay, man? Like, is everything all right? Are you gonna, can we get you anything? And he's drenched in sweat. I mean, just it was wearing a gray shirt, and you could see it covered.
Yeah.
And we're like, you should take your shirt off. You're covered in sweat. We'll get you a new shirt. And he did not fucking understand us.
Nice.
Like, in that moment, there was nobody home. Like, the lights were on.
Yeah.
Fucking nobody was home. Door was locked.
Yeah.
And it was like a computer rebooting.
Yeah.
Like, he was in DOS. There's a fucking command prompt window up. And we started grunting at him and trying to, like, show him how to take his shirt off.
Jesus Christ.
And he, like...
fucking bunch of retards on acid.
Yep.
Trying to reincorporate one of their own kind.
So he just, like, pushes past us and gets up and walks down a hallway and, like, goes to the bathroom and comes out into the kitchen. And he's like, what's up, guys? And, like, nothing happened.
Wow.
And we're like, everybody started talking. Like, oh, nothing, just...
Nobody wanted to remind him that he just had a seizure in the living room?
Yes! Yes! And it freaked me out so bad. I thought I imagined it. I had to make sure I didn't.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, hey, is nobody going to just... Is this just going to go... What the fuck?
Yeah.
I was like, I thought I was being punked.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, you had a fucking seizure.
Yeah.
And he's like, what? And everybody's like, yeah, you had a seizure. And he's like, holy shit. And then he like fucking, I don't know if it was right then or like a little later, but then he like tensed up again. He was like, these Tempur-Pedic bears. I still have the bear. His baby mama worked for Tempur-Pedic at the time.
Yeah.
And there were these like promotional bears that were stuffed with the memory foam.
Yeah.
So he had one of those, and we were passing it around. And then every time he would start to clench up, we'd throw it at him, and he'd catch it and fucking squeeze the shit out of it.
Wow.
And, like, we'd all get quiet. And then, like, eventually one of us would test the waters to see if it was cool to talk again.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, only take a moderate amount of drugs. Because
No,
you can always take more drugs.
Listen.
Only take a moderate amount of drugs.
This happens. And to Sam and the other guy's credit, they did that and then both went and taught a kettlebell clinic the next day.
Yeah.
Like for 8 hours, sat and threw kettlebells around.
Yeah.
It was dumb. It was so dumb of them to do.
It's pretty dumb.
Yep, but they did it. So kudos to you boys. You are hard iron men.
And only do a moderate amount of drugs. Because
Here's the secondary part.
You can always do more drugs.
I went back to the kid that I bought it from. And he was like, hey, dude, like, that shit was fucking crazy. And he was like, oh, yeah, that's called the cringe.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, you told me it was acid. And he was like, well, it's kind of like acid. And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, it was actually this stuff that's like an acid derivative called 2CE.
Oh, wow.
And so, I mean, if Sam had known that and only done one hit, he'd probably been fine.
Yeah.
But since...
That's only do a moderate amount of drugs. You can always take more drugs. Just start out with just like, I'm just going to do this much drugs. And it's like, I could do some more drugs.
I mean, okay, so I have 2 rules moving forward from this. One of them is very similar to Matt's. It's do the recommended amount. If someone says do 1 hit, do 1 hit. If someone says eat half, eat half. If someone says take 5,
Even do less than that. Even do
or
less.
or less, yeah. But don't go over what the person that fucking gave it to you said.
A moderate amount of drugs.
So that's 1. 2, never get your drugs from someone younger than you. Unless you're like elderly.
I mean, I'm elderly at this point.
No, you're not. I mean, just think about it. You buy your drugs from like Curaleaf.
Yeah.
You're buying drugs from someone older than you because the CEO of Curaleaf is probably like 50.
Man, he doesn't give a shit.
No.
I'm not talking about weed. I'm like maybe some 25-year-old is slinging the hottest Molly in town. He probably is.
He probably is.
That's
That good Russian Molly.
and that's where I want to get my Molly from. You know what I mean? Like I'm not an ageist.
That would be fun to learn to make.
What?
Molly?
I'm sure you can fucking
Synthesize MDMA.
I'm sure you can find a YouTube video.
Definitely out there.
Everything's on YouTube.
Everything's on YouTube,
Yeah.
man. There's a guy who has a channel where he just talks about.
Gay sex?
I mean, there's that too. But this guy, he's hilarious when he does it because he has like a Rode camera microphone
Yeah.
and a lab coat on.
Uh,
He just talks about how to make explosives.
yeah.
Like that's it. That's all. Just different explosive compounds
Yeah.
or like volatile compounds.
Yeah.
And that's all.
all you
And
need.
he's fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
I wish I could remember the guy's name.
Probably Russian.
It's
Probably something very Russian.
He's not. He's like
I think he's very
he's an
Russian.
American boy.
Nah.
He's a good old fashioned
Sounds like
fucking Boy Scout making a. Do you ever hear about the Boy Scout
Sounds
that
like a
made like a
Russian
nuke?
agent.
He made a nuclear reactor,
yeah.
and then and
he died.
did he die?
Yeah.
Are you
From,
serious?
from exposing himself to so much radiation.
No.
Yes.
Are you serious?
100%.
Oh my God, we have to look this up.
Yeah.
I need to know more about this boy.
Yeah. I'm not joking. That's the real life. The real story. True story. When people stop being nice and start being real.
Okay, so oh my God, he did. Oh, the first picture that comes up.
Yeah.
Nuclear Boy Scout was an American who built a homemade neutron source at the age of 17.
He was subsequently treated for mental illness and died at 39. Was related to drug and alcohol use, which really just comes from exposing yourself to so much radiation.
Shut up! No, it doesn't.
100%
He was an
it does.
idiot.
He was an idiot because he had mental illness from exposing himself to radiation. I
They
guess
didn't
so.
say that.
Oh, come on! You don't think that's connected? Everything's connected, Bill. Everything's connected.
No, it's probably his U.S. Navy and Marine service that fucked him up, that triggered the mental illness, not the nuclear.
Probably the nuclear is
Come
what
on.
led him down that road.
Come on.
Yeah. I'm right. You're wrong.
They do have a picture of him. Like, one of the pictures is, like, his face looks like he's just got radiation burns all over it.
Yeah. It's also meth.
Might be.
It's pretty methy.
Damn, look at the bunker. The thingy.
Yeah.
Damn. That's wild, dude. He has all the badges. Look at all the badges.
Yeah.
Look at this is him at the end of his life.
He's even got the one where he was molested.
It
It's the one right in the middle there. It looks like a butthole.
No, it just looks like a finger.
Just a finger. It says bad touch. Yeah, he's got it.
No, it's just a finger like this, and it says our secret.
Our secret. It says never tell.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
David Hahn.
The radioactiveness killed him.
God rest your soul, David.
I mean, we're not. I don't
Brave
know.
boy.
It's a pretty weird thing to say about
Hey,
somebody.
come on. Be nice to David.
Yeah.
He didn't have many friends, I'm sure.
I mean, it's just like that sometimes. Sometimes it be that way.
Sometimes it do be that way. Oh my goodness. There's fights this weekend.
There's fights this weekend?
There are fights this
Are you
weekend.
going to incorrectly pick them?
Yeah, I am gonna incorrectly pick them. Bill's incorrect UFC picks. Brought to you by nobody, because nobody gives a fuck. That's nobody.
Yeah.
Proud sponsor of nothing and your mom. All right, so we have UFC 259, Blachowicz versus Adesanya.
Oh, shit.
Dude, this card is stacked.
Oh, is this the one with fucking Amanda Nunes?
We're going to go through it. We're going to talk about it.
You could just answer my question.
It does.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh, no, these are rankings.
That's not the right
We
page.
want
You get
UFC
your shit
259, the young Blachowicz.
together. Vlahovic, Adesanya. It's a good one. Right there. It's huge. I don't know. Like, you're struggling so hard.
I need a bigger monitor.
Everything is massive.
I can't see.
Everything is fucking huge.
I can't see, Matt. Okay, so headliner card is Jan Polish Power Blachowicz versus Israel, the last style bender, Adesanya.
Why do they both have belts?
Because Adesanya is the 185-pound champ, and Jan is the 205-pound champ of John Jones's vacated title. He fought against.
So is light heavyweight 205?
Yes.
So they're fighting for the 205.
Yes.
Title. So Adesanya is trying to hold two belts at the same
Yes.
time. Gotcha.
Now, as much as I want to say Izzy can do it, which he very well probably can,
Yeah.
Jan's got Polish power.
Well, he's also bigger.
He's also bigger, naturally.
Yeah, I mean, he's used to cutting to 205.
Yeah, and Jan's a big 205-pounder. Like, he's beefy boy.
Where Adesanya is used to cutting to 185, so Adesanya probably walks around 215.
He'll probably feel better than he does at 185.
He'll probably feel better than he does at 185, for sure.
Yeah.
But he's going to be fighting someone stronger, probably than he's ever fought before.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean,
he's fought a lot of people.
he's fought a lot of people,
But
but
he
he doesn't fight at 205.
He doesn't. But Jan's not a wrestler.
This dude beats up people at 205.
Jan's not a wrestler.
So
Adesanya is a fucking sniper with any of his 8 limbs.
right.
He's got elbows, knees, feet, and toes. And
Adesanya he's obviously the favor with the odds, but I give it to the other dude just because of his being at that weight and used to fighting at that weight. That's his weight class. Like,
my want is Jan to hold it. That's what I want.
Yeah.
And what I would pray for.
Right.
But personally, I don't have I couldn't tell you what to bet on for that one, because Izzy's so dangerous. If
You just have to pick. That's the thing.
I don't care,
That's the thing. You just have to pick
then I'm
someone.
gonna pick Adesanya.
Okay, there you go.
I'm
Yeah.
because he's gonna wheel kick Jan. I'm gonna feel bad about it, but
Yeah,
it's
just pick it,
real
then.
life.
Amanda Nunes is gonna win. She's gonna tear apart this fucking chick.
Okay.
Next fight.
So
Next fight.
Amanda Nunes
versus
Megan
is
Anderson.
going to fucking destroy. She's gonna fucking. There's gonna be blood
I don't know
everywhere.
if it's
She's gonna
Megan or
wreck her.
Megan. I've heard it both ways.
Doesn't matter.
Anyway,
Next fight. This Amanda Nunes obviously.
again. So she's what is she plus 750?
This is not the white chick to do it.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
She might.
She's not going to. She's
Again,
not going to.
wheel kick.
Stop it. Stop it.
One wheel kick.
Stop it. Stop it.
Be great.
Stop it.
I think.
I don't even know why you're thinking about this.
I
Stop.
think-
There's nothing to think about.
I'm giving.
That's your
I'm-
problem.
I'm
That's
gonna
why
go
you
for
fucking,
Anderson.
That's why
I'm
you're
gonna take her. It's 145. She's bigger. She's taller. She does have jujitsu. She has shit off of her back.
Yeah.
It's hard for shorter people to deal with a bigger person sometimes. And I don't think Amanda Nunes fights bigger people than her a lot. So I'm gonna go for Megan Anderson. I'm gonna say it. I don't give a fuck.
You're retarded.
All right, next fight. Last title fight of the main card. There's 3 title fights on this main card, which is what makes the card insane.
Yeah.
Is Peter Yan versus Aljamain Sterling. And I gotta say, Siberia. You gotta take Siberia.
I don't know. That dude's got the kid and play haircut. I'm going with that.
You're going with Kid and Play?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm taking Peter Yan because he is fucking terrifying.
So far, you've picked wrong in every fight. I just
Well,
want you to know.
It might have.
Yeah.
I very well might have.
Nah, I'm more confident in the things that I picked.
Do you want to make a bet on any of these?
No, I don't gamble.
What about for the whole card? Like
For the whole card?
for like best of the whole card, because we'll pick the whole main card,
I don't want to pick the whole main card.
just the main card, not the prelims.
How many cards are there?
There's
Or how many fights are there? Yeah, keep going. What's the next one? I'm not gonna bet anything. I don't bet on things. I don't.
no, we'll bet like an intangible thing. We don't have to bet.
No,
money.
I'm all good.
There's only 2 more.
I ate a guy's beard one time, and I'm all good on that shit.
You.
Yeah,
I
I'm fine.
forgot.
Yeah.
Ah, you did eat somebody's
I ate,
beard.
no, I'm fine.
Oh, you ate Michael Falcone's beard. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah, I'm all
That's on an episode of Meat Sweats. Actually, you can go back and watch
I'm
that.
fine. I'm fine now. I don't need that nonsense in my life.
That's so funny.
I don't need untangibles.
All right. Next fight. So you got Aljamain Sterling. I got Peter Yan in the
Yeah.
third.
I
title
picked
fight
Drew
of the card.
Dober.
You're taking Dober.
Yeah, because look at his neck and look at his cauliflower ears.
Look at
The fucking terrorist over there?
Yeah.
The fucking Unabomber? Not the Unabomber, the fucking 9/11 fucking...
No, he's a Boston bomber. He's a Russian Muslim.
He
That's
looks...
what the 9/11 bombers were from Kazakhstan. So, or
They're
not 9/11. Boston bomber.
I mean, here's the thing.
The Boston Marathon bomber.
They're all from the same stock.
So we got 14 versus 15 essentially.
Yeah, I take 15.
You're gonna take 15,
Yeah.
Drew Dober. I'm gonna take Islam,
Yeah.
and then we have Thiago motherfucking Santos.
I mean, of course I'm taking Thiago Santos.
yeah, you gotta take Thiago.
Look at... He's the underdog, which is wild.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Thiago Santos has been on a bit of a layoff.
Has he?
Yeah, I want to say it's been a minute since he fought.
He doesn't have a neck.
He's a very bad man.
He lost his last fight.
Yeah,
Okay.
so his last fight's a loss, and we got a win over on Rakic.
I'd take Santos.
Alexander.
Yeah.
You gonna take Santos? I mean, it's always better to bet the Brazilian over the Aussie. It really is.
That's not an Aussie. Austria and Australia are not the same place.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't.
He's from the land of chocolate, not
He's
from the land
so
down under.
big. Look at how tall he is.
He's 6'4", yeah, for sure. But I mean,
He's got 78. So his wingspan keeps up with his height.
yeah. Santos is a stouter man. I pick the stouter dude.
I mean, look at the way we fight here.
Yeah.
Same.
If we're both knocking people out, I think Santos would have a better knockout.
This is gonna be a
chance.
good fucking fight. I think
Should be.
this will be.
Looks like it.
Should be a burner.
Number 2, number 4. That should be a good fight.
Yeah. All right, so you're taking Santos.
Yeah.
I suppose I just got to be a foil and take Rakic.
I mean, if you have to.
I have to.
I mean, it's not the smart bet.
You don't want to make any bet? You don't want to make a bet?
No, I'm all good.
You're good? Nothing?
Yeah.
You don't want to put anything on it?
I'm all good. No.
God.
Yeah.
We can't even goad you into doing fun things anymore.
I mean, if there was some I don't care. That's the thing. I don't care. Gambling is dumb.
But it's like between friends. It's to make it fun.
It doesn't make it. That's the thing. It doesn't make it fun to me.
But what if it's for like? I mean, if you beat me, then you can make me do something that's awful.
I don't need to do that. Like, remember when I shaved your beard off in front of all those people, and like you were pretty much crying about it, and I was like,
was so
well,
sad.
I was like, well, this isn't fucking fun. Like, you took all the fun out of it, and so it's like, well, I would just rather not.
What about when you made me have to have my nails painted for a month? I didn't take the fun out of that.
You didn't take the... Yeah, you did. You're like, I like this. I might continue doing it. It was like there was nothing...
I didn't, though, did I?
You didn't do it. There was, but there was still nothing about that
I didn't like it. It was hot pink. Come on.
Yeah. So, like... And
every time someone saw my nails, they looked at me with the most uncomfortable look I've ever seen in my life.
Right. And so, I don't want you to have to experience that. And I certainly don't want to have to go through that. I have better shit to do with my time.
God damn it, Matt.
I'm just a logical person and a logical human being.
Penis is what you are.
I am a penis. I'm fine with
Fucking
that. I have a penis. I like my penis.
Fatherly
I use it well.
penis.
Yeah. Speaking of penis, I gotta go take a piss.
All right. Well, this has been the podcast that is Meat Sweats.
Meat Sweats, the podcast.
And it has been sexual time.
Sexual time. Yeah. Good times.
Bye, everybody.
Fun times. Hasta la vista.
Meat sweats, motherfucking meat sweats, meat sweats.